this is all you guys really have on the guy? He's giving a thumbs up? Come on. Trophy. His trophy would have been a bloody knife or a bloody knife, an earlobe. Something. It's a thumbs up picture.
And here we go.
Welcome to the freak show, the best in town.
Outcast, what's going on, brother?
Yo,
man?
what up, Birdie? How you doing?
I'm doing good. This is a long time coming, huh?
Yeah, man. We've been trying to put this together forever, man.
In tonight's theme, we're doing the top 10 WTF moments. We're probably going to go through a lot more than 10. The first one that seems to be, in my opinion, way too big of a debate that gets a pass, and that is, how do you come face to face with the killer, and then you wait 8 hours, and you say you're asleep? We know that you are not asleep. Nobody's asleep. How are people still buying this narrative?
See, I think this one right here, the picture, you got to wait 8 hours to call 911. I think this is one of the biggest red flags that if you do have common sense, you have to question the case right here. Like 8 hours? Yeah, it's insanity. So what happened?
Somebody said you could watch the Titanic 2.5 times. Like,
watch the Vampire Diaries whole season.
Yeah, the whole season. I got a bunch of slides prepared before we get into like the top 10. Was there one that you initially saw outside of that 8-hour delay that you were like, what the fuck just happened?
Well, I think in the documents, the guy that shows up with the ATF jacket, I don't know if this is in your top 10, but the guy the guy shows up to the crime scene, goes in, says they were all double tapped. And I think he said something like they looked like a deer was slaughtered in there or something. But there was no charges brought against this guy, which I find very odd. He should have probably did a minimum of 5 to 10 years just for doing that.
I know the report you're talking about. Like his uncle was like in the ATF or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
and then,
he lived like 350 feet away and something like that, 300-400. He lived right by him and he just snuck in. And that's like a what the fuck moment to me in the docs. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And you know what I mean? So I think that man,
nobody asked about that
because everything's a secret.
Chrissy, Olivia, and Steve sitting on their couch saying that their niece called them and said somebody came by and shot the party up.
Right. Absolutely.
They just called me and they live down there. And she said there was a party last night and somebody went in and shot the party up and Kaylee was shot. I was like, what?
It's almost like the first reports is the most truth you'll ever get out of this case.
This is embarrassing for Ashley Banfield and Brian Enton that they will always have this on their resume, that they've talked about Brian Koberger's selfie as a trophy picture, and then they go and release 19 other thumbs up selfie pictures. Like, Ashley, you are an idiot. Brian, you're a beta ass simp, and shame on both of you guys for being in the positions that you are at News Nation to report when all you do is read a teleprompter for a paycheck. Honestly, you guys should both be ashamed of yourselves.
See, now when I see this and look at this, I get a little deeper, and I think they really don't have shit on this guy. If this is what we're doing, this guy's phone should have been filled with pictures of K-bars, just some crazy shit, right? And then this is what we got. He's giving a thumbs up. There's no marks on his hands. There's no marks on his face. It doesn't look like he just murdered 4 people. But they have so lack of information on this, it makes him look bad, in my opinion. When I see this, I'm like, you guys don't have nothing on this guy. This is what we're pushing.
You can take any picture of anybody, and you can make it guilty.
Absolutely. That's why I look at Brian. I'm like, this is all you guys really have on the guy. He's giving a thumbs up. Like, come on. Trophy. His trophy would have been a bloody knife or a bloody knife, an earlobe. Something. It's a thumbs up picture. He's going to church. Like, where's he going? To Costco before this picture? We end up seeing him. And this is doctored because he looks nothing like the picture. This picture is definitely doctored. Look at this one.
It's just insane, dude. This is stupid. But this is on News Nation.
I look at this picture and it still doesn't mean that he killed 4 people because he's taking a picture of his butt. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are we doing here?
I saw this today. This is Crime or Court, and I need to get Crime or Court on the stream.
If you're one of those people that can't stand the creators that are out there making content surrounding the investigation about these 4 victims right here, you're going to want to stick around for this video. If you don't like Booking with B and what she's doing, if you don't like Justice with Justine and what she's doing, if you don't like Amber Vance and the things that she's questioning, stick around. Now, this video might get a little long because the examples that I could show you guys are literally never ending. I'm going to start with these 6 because these are the biggest known wrongful convictions. Let's talk about the Central Park 5. 5 Black and Latino men. I'm sure you've all seen the documentary. They were all wrongfully convicted for the assault of a white woman in a park. They were all children at the time. Back in 1989, they got these convictions for false confessions. So for everybody out there saying, he confessed, fully all of those men that were wrongfully convicted were exonerated and released in 2002. Reuben Hurricane Carter. Reuben was convicted in 1967 for a triple homicide. He spent 20 years in prison after being released in 1985. Suppressed evidence. All of you guys saying you think you're smarter than the FBI? No, but police are known to suppress evidence to get a conviction when they want it. there was evidence withheld of the actual perpetrator. And if you want to reference this back to the Idaho 4, and they had an initial suspect before BK that got dropped. I'm not even here to say that BK is innocent, you guys. I'm here to say let these people investigate, because police do shady shit, okay? Now let's move on to Stephen Avery here, you guys. Back in 1985, and again in 2005, this man was wrongly accused. He was accused of assault in 1985, and guess what? DNA exonerated him in 2003. A flawed eyewitness testimony. So for all of you guys wondering why we question Dylan so much, she's our only eyewitness, and her testimony is so flawed. None of it makes sense. It's 18 years Stephen Avery spent wrongfully in prison. About Anthony Ray Hill, 2 murders during a robbery in 1985. False ballistics evidence. You guys get so upset for me questioning the case of Abby and Libby, where Ron Logan was a potential suspect and Richard Allen got convicted. Some ballistics that cannot be 100% factually proven. Let's move on to Richard Phillips here. Wrongful eyewitness testimony. Withheld evidence. Once again, look through the files yourself for the Idaho 4 and see all the evidence. Jack's backpack, for instance, with the Keystone Light beers in it, being at the scene of the crime. But he was never there that night, and nobody's going to question that. And you guys want to come for the creators on here that do question that. I'm so sick of you guys coming for these creators. He spent 45 years in prison. Withheld evidence. Move on to Kirk Bloodsworth. 1984, this man was accused of, and actually not just accused, but sentenced to death for wrongful eyewitness testimony. Exonerated with DNA evidence. What about the DNA evidence that they found in that house? 4 other sets of DNA that the judge threw out. Here's another one. Carrie Max, 1977, a prosecutor's misconduct. A fabricated testimony from the prosecutor. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sandra Hemme, for example, convicted of murder in 1980, exonerated just last year, 2024. Suppressed evidence in her case. All this stuff that's coming out in the files that are being released that doesn't make sense to anything that the police or the prosecution was building their story about. So many inconsistent stories, so many alibis that weren't real alibis. This investigation was done wrong, and this investigation has so many holes, and I do not believe that these 4 victims got the real justice that they freaking deserve. And I do fully believe that there is somebody else that is involved, if not more people out there that are walking around. Don't ask me what I think happened. I don't know what happened. All I know is that the facts are not facting. So leave these creators alone. If you don't like their shit, move on. Quit sending them hate messages. Quit freaking flooding their comments with hateful stuff. Yes, they block you when you do that. Of course they do. Look at you. The last one I talk on because it's literally current. This is Kyron Lacey, okay? He was 72 yards behind a fatal crash of an old man. Police tried to pin it on him. Now, after he committed over this wrongful accusation, they released the video footage of him being 72 yards away from the crash where the death actually occurred. I cannot make this up. The police are corrupt. Don't trust the feds. You have to do your own homework, and you have to use your brain. Quit believing everything that the police just spin out to you.
Moving on. The fact that both of these texts you're going to see on screen right now,
Okay.
they are real texts from Kaylee's father. This case is a train wreck. No, they said, referring to the grand jury, she heard everything and even admitted saying via text, quote, I think someone killed him. She just didn't call and report it, even as she was hiding. Why is that brushed over?
I don't know. If this is true and he's saying it, then Steve, there's got to be doubts in your mind that the story's true. When is he going to publicly come out and question this narrative is my question.
I would argue that he, in a way, did. And for anybody that's asking, where are these from? These are between Steve and a creator that's referred to as Brett Norton on TikTok. These are, what, 2 years old plus? These are old texts.
Yeah, they're old.
All right, one of the other things that I had is, why is the blood still left on the outside of the house after the fences are up? I've always said, no cleanup crew with their license would ever leave blood on the outside of the house protected by this, wiggly-ass, blow-in-the-wind fence, right? It's a biohazard. It doesn't make sense to me. My whole point is this. If that was running down the outside of the walls, wouldn't it also be running down the inside of the walls?
Yeah, you got to think you got the molding, then you got the wall, drywall probably. I don't know how...
Insulation?
Insulation. I don't know how the blood gets there. You know what I mean?
And you look at the siding on the far side of the house. I guess it would be that side of the house. You see it all over the siding. Similar drips. I don't know if it's like sap. I don't know if it's tarp. There's a water line.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because then, in my opinion, does it really drip through the floor? Where is that? Is that supposed to be the bedroom? That exact wall?
Yeah. So that would be. They say that it's Ethan's blood.
Okay.
So technically, it's like the second floor, Bethany's room.
It would have to be Ethan.
Yeah, it'd have to be Ethan. But my whole point is, wouldn't that drip into the basement room?
Oh yeah, wherever it's like water, bro. You got a leak in your house. It's like when you got a leak, the way it travels, it's going to travel wherever it could go.
Well, and also my question is this: why is a cleanup crew leaving this?
Yeah, that's interesting.
They want to clean up the house and have it be spotless. Look at the pictures.
Because what if they do clean it? What does that mean?
Well, they get rid of it, obviously. But what I mean is like,
no. But I'm asking you, if they think about it, if they get rid of that right there, that means what? If there's blood not dripping out the house. That means then there was victims outside and not in their bed sleeping.
Well, that's a good point. It's also, I would even take that a step further and say there's two parts to that. It could be what you said, or it could be let's be honest, there's a dramatic effect for narrative.
Right.
And that's a disgusting, gross viewpoint to some people, but I'm sorry. There are people that will get paid a lot of money for a picture like this. Tell me this picture doesn't solidify the narrative. Bethany doesn't even know when they get home. Where are they?
Right.
Dylan thought it was Kaylee in that room.
Yeah. I don't trust
Blaker.
You know that.
Blaker knows the timeline that Dylan's is more reliable and better than Bethany's by the time Ashley shows up to the crime scene at 5 p.m. that night. Now, this next one, a lot of people were talking to me about how the chick with the white purse at the Grub truck is the same person as Xana. Well, Xana's got this emblem here. The chick at the Grub truck doesn't. So I will use the momentum of everybody saying, there's so many of those Idaho sweatshirts. It's game day. You're right. It is. I don't see this. And they said, oh, her arm's covering it. Well, is her arm covering it here? This is pretty visible. And then I got an email from somebody that goes by CK who has an unblurred photo. They went frame by frame. Who is this? I don't know if anybody has seen this before. We are maybe breaking this right now here in the Hive.
You know when the 4 kids go running by behind Rosie?
Yes.
And that white purse looks like it's in the frame too.
I've not seen the white purse, no.
Jada Holly, she's got a good video on it. I'll share
Jada
it.
Holly.
Yeah, but she makes a good argument that it looks like that girl running with that big ass purse. That'd be interesting if that's her. She
would
connected a lot of dots then. You know what I'm saying? Like she's at the corner club, she's at the Grub truck, and now we see her on fucking King Street. Yeah, so people were saying that was Xana, and it's not.
There's a close-up.
Like interesting. I'd have to watch the Grub truck video later and see.
This video comes from only available at not available. And I just want to say, if you don't have your tinfoil hat on, please put it on now. Strap it down.
Social experiment. Did I hear something like this by Officer Blaker? Here in the background, listen. The story was don't say anything, right? John, the Grub truck guy at the end of the live stream. Maybe that's why we got all of those contradictions in the Idaho 4, in the Idaho 4 case. Nice car with the sunroof, by the way. The different stories of the neighbors, the private driver, the DoorDash driver, Hunter Johnson, the so-called... Seems like Mr. Blaker can see into the future. He told the other officers Dylan's second story, which he hadn't even told yet at that time.
At what point do we stop treating this like a logical, normal crime? Because if they're telling us this is a lone wolf, serial killer, obsessed PhD criminology student being Brian Koberger, and we don't think it's anything of the sort, why are we assuming that it's just a normal crime that they're covering up for? What if they're covering up for something else? I mean, something very sophisticated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said before, when I look at this stuff, I can't sit and read the documents or the PCA because I think it's all bullshit anyways. You know what I mean? So it's hard to be like, I don't believe this, but this might be true or this is true. You know what I'm saying? It's when I go looking at this case, I'm like, man, we're being lied to about this whole situation, man.
But hang on, Outcast. He was there 23 times. He stalked them. The Mad Greek.
No, he was such a professional. He drove around the house 97 fucking times, but turned into a ninja as soon as he walked out the car and killed 4 people, 7 minutes, sat, had a cigarette, left. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
He studied this shit.
Keith and his old balls told us that Brian killed them because they're beautiful. I mean, what are we doing here, guys?
Lack of information. Got to make up shit. They don't know nothing, man.
I'm not even joking you. My wife looked at me, Outcast, when we were watching the Dateline documentary.
Mm-hmm.
She looked at me. She goes, "This seems like a group project that they forgot was due in 2 days."
Right, right. That's bad, man.
It's just, it's insane. She followed up with saying, like, so they typed it into ChatGPT while they were on bath salts. That's what they did. Like, that's literally how bad it was, bro. Mad Greek posted this. It says this: 3 years ago today, panic set in, and we all hoped you'd answer my frantic calls. You didn't, and I soon got word you wouldn't ever again. Although someone is behind bars, I don't feel like there has been any justice, and I don't think I ever will. We all miss you dearly, and I think about you for often until we meet again.
That's crazy.
Brian Koberger, like, why are they having him look different in all these photos? My only logical reasoning, and it's like people say, well, that's on drugs and off of drugs. Okay, guys, I've had a lot of buddies that are very good athletes that have been on drugs. Their face never went from this to fucking Sandy Hook Adam Lanza face ever.
Oh shit.
This face will never be that face, and this face will never be that face. You know what I'm saying? There's aging, there's drugs, they're strung out. These look so different.
Hell, it might be a different person at some point.
And so let me ask you this, Outcast. Why would you do that? If you were the person that could release these, why would you do that?
I don't know. I really don't know. What do you think?
Brian Koberger might be going into WITSEC and you don't want an accurate photo of how he looks recently. Same thing with Ethan. That's why they're releasing the freshman year pictures, 8th grade pictures.
Yeah. My narrative on the younger pictures of Ethan is because if they seen him grown, you would have had doubts again about Brian Koberger of being able to kill him. Because the size difference.
Whoa, hang on, pause.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard it summed up like that. Say that again.
So basically, Ethan's looks like a child, a teenager in all the pictures. He's younger, right? But if you really look at Ethan as he's older, he's fucking huge. He's a big guy.
He's a grown man.
So yeah, so it kind of kills the narrative more that how the fuck did Brian Koberger overpower this guy? You know, so you got to put him sleeping. You got to make him look like a child. When in all reality, he would have towered Brian. So that's basically how I was saying it. It's a narrative thing. It's always a narrative thing to me that you need to keep the narrative going. These were 4 beautiful little children that got murdered. You know what I mean? The narrative. Ethan's a little guy. He's got a little mustache. Like, yeah, man. That's why we're always seeing the younger picture of him. He would have crushed him. He was an athlete, man, and it's damn near almost prime. Like males, like 20 to 25, you're in your prime or whatever, 26. He would have crushed him, in my opinion. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Defensive wounds, like, come on, man.
It was the video of Brian Koberger walking into Costco, and I go, breaking news, there's footage of Brian Koberger walking into Costco, and I could say without a fraction of a doubt that man is innocent, because if you think that Frankenstein's awkward nephew is going to shuffle in and commit a Jason Bourne timeline walking like that and leave no DNA, you're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind. That Costco video makes him more innocent than anything. Like, come on.
Like I said, bro, Brian Koberger is the last pick in gym class for any team. He's the guy that you put in a game where you say, go show your parents why you don't play. Go set a pick, rebound hard as hell. That's what you send Brian Koberger into a game to do. Like from a sheer and people say, that's so weird, Birdie. Hello, have you seen their autopsies? Have you heard about their defensive wounds? You can't just be some weirdo nerd with a half gamer hunchback that has duck feet, that's slightly overweight in all these, that's waddling around.
Yeah.
You can't do that. He committed a quadruple murder faster than a team of Navy SEALs could have.
Right.
You
and it all fits the narrative of that car, you know? It's 405 to what? 421 or 420? So he's got 15 minutes. They got to make up some bullshit narrative. Like,
and all 4 of them stay asleep.
Yeah, right.
And he cleans up.
And there's 5 cars in the driveway. There's literally 5 cars in the driveway. He just decides to go and whack 4 people, knowing there's a full house of people. 5 cars is not 1 or 2. It's fucking 5.
Yeah.
You know?
And I see people say, I'm high. I'm not stupid. Well, you guys get my point, right? Like, it's like in general, it's like, you guys got to understand. Go ask any person that has taken a life in some sort of special forces hand to hand. It's an effed up question. But if you ask them, is it quick? Is it quiet? Is it not messy? I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. Understand, we're
that's
talking
why-
about that times 4.
That's why I look at this crime scene. I'm like, there's no way this crime happened in this fashion. It's just-
But instead, Ashley Banfield's showing Brian Koberger's muffin top.
it's
Like,
sad,
dude,
bro. They don't
what
have
the-
evidence. They don't have anything. It should make you think more. They don't have shit on this guy. No connection to the roommates or the victims. No conviction or not connected to the 2 surviving victims. Like, there's nothing there that proves Brian did any of this, man. It's scary, bro.
Dude, even if there was, I'm at the point where you could show me the most convincing evidence. You could show me Brian Koberger's license plate, which they can't, but let's say they did. You could show me security cam footage of Brian walking through the front door. And in that timeline, given that crime scene, I would be like, do you have video of the back door? Because somebody else had to have been there.
Oh, absolutely. What about the footprints? Whose footprints are in the fucking snow? Since they're there in the body, who did they come back to? What size? You know what I mean? Because I never really checked into that. Because you see the shoe things. I've always wondered about that. Like, who are them people? 13 and a half in the snow? Interesting.
Sorry, I'm laughing.
So
Dana
is
said-
Brian 13 and a half? I don't know his foot size.
Sorry. Dana said, and he's a vegan. He doesn't even eat meat. Like he's
Right. He's a vegan and he's just going to town on human. I don't know, man. Nothing adds up. I mean, how someone could go into chat and be like, he's guilty 100%, man. You scare me more
You
than
scare me like
scare me so bad, man.
And then you want to know what's funny? You ever wonder? Okay, I don't know what analogy that I could make outside of COVID. I guess maybe you could think back to like any human atrocity where it's like, how did people believe this and how do they go along with this for so long? And it's like in my life, in your life, it's been COVID, where it's like they have you walking one direction in supermarkets 6 feet apart from unelected officials. They
Right.
really did that shit with the media. And you could say COVID did X, Y, and Z. It's not about the sickness. It's about let's just talk about the control.
Yeah, it's all control. It's a narrative. That's another narrative, but we don't got to get into that one. But
Also, it's like if people have an opinion on it, I'm not even afraid to lean into an opinion for X, Y, or Z. If you agree, if you think that it should have been that way or whatnot. But what I'm saying is this: that happened because of the television.
yeah, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes with that too.
Right.
That's why I've always called it for the past 10 years is information warfare. We're at war for our information, if it's good or not. And COVID's a good subject because like there's bots and you guys know about bots and shit, right? So these bots are out there and they're pushing the narrative on the internet. And you're basically at war with information because you don't know what's real or not anymore. So COVID's a good example of it was really pushed on us for control, you know?
I agree. And so what I'm getting at, to come back to like, they're showing his muffin top. They're showing thumbs up pictures. They're saying how creepy he is. I just saw somebody, M. Stokes says, you ever ask why they think he's guilty? My daughter said, like a lot of them, quote, he looks creepy. Okay. I'm just going to say this. There's a lot of people that look creepy. There are a lot of people that have talking suit, teleprompter reading jobs that look creepy. Like if you want to go granular and you want to start breaking it down, you look creepy. Nancy Grace. Like blink. Like, can you just blink for once?
Yeah. They're soulless, bro. I told you, man. They call them lizards. You know that, right? They're all lizards, right?
I think, yeah. Oh, fuck. Yes. Yes. I've said that. I've been like, you guys think that this is hard for me to stretch and go in the direction of like, maybe this is WITSEC or a big psyop or maybe there's a cover up. Let's talk about like Hollow Earth and reptilians running our world. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, let's go that deep.
I
You guys
mean,
wanna
we've
go
been
nuts?
down all the rabbit holes, man. You know, I've been there.
I've been staring at my phone at times. And I've just been like, what did I just watch? This feels illegal. Like the FBI is about to crash through my door for watching like the fall of the cabal. Or like,
yeah, that's how we all felt.
mean,
Yeah, the
dude,
fall of the cabal. Man, yeah. You know, it's good to know all that stuff and wake up to the, not everything's true or right or wrong.
Right.
But it's good to have an open mind and research them things.
yes. And also you said this backstage. I'm gonna echo it. If you think that I believe all of the crazy quote conspiracies that I say, or if Outcast believes it, don't get me wrong. I believe it enough to like, can we talk about it? Like, meaning I know about it. I can
Right.
have a conversation about it. But at the end of the day, guys, I can hold a conversation about stuff and I can entertain it. You know what I mean? I can entertain this idea of what if it was the frats? What if it was WITSEC? What if it was the university What if Josh Herbert is somehow connected to Brian Koberger? If you can't think like that, how are you going to solve anything?
Right. No, I agree. I think everyone should have an open mind, but you don't also have to believe everything you hear. Like, do your research. If you tell me, hey, this, and this, I'm going to go research it, but I might come to a different conclusion. You know what I mean? But it's good to voice your opinion. You know, even if it, you know what I mean, you feel it's true. Like I said before, we all have all these conspiracies. We don't have the right answer yet. I mean,
in my opinion, this is one of my best breakdowns of audio I've ever done. All right, I'm going to play it again. But I believe that the only caption that I got wrong, even listening to this now, when I was going back preparing for the top 10 WTF moments, was, I believe it says, oh my God, Ethan, not oh my God, oh my God. I don't know. I'll put my right hand on my father's ashes and say that I didn't add shit. And I don't even know how you could fake that.
no, I hear a lot of shit in there. I can't be 100%, but it does sound like there's screaming going on for sure.
Right.
You got to send me
Right.
this so I can listen to it. I got to
Yeah,
see when
I
it comes
will.
to
I'll
audio.
write
I
it.
got to listen to it 1,000 times, and then I come to a conclusion.
No, I will. I'll send you that. Outcast, you're the man. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great night. Cheers.